Hello and welcome. My name is Meepolis, they, she, he, and this is Literally Graphic. And today we are looking at the Rez Detectives, Justice Served Cold, a middle grade mystery comic by Stephen Paul Judd, TVLI Jacob, and MK Perker. Looking at the creative team, according to his profile on the clothing line website, the ntvs.com, quote, Stephen Paul Judd is a Native American Kiowa Choctaw artist. He creates art that makes you laugh, makes you think, and makes you feel pride. All of his t-shirt designs are very limited and usually sell out in less than 24 hours. End quote. Clicking over to Center for Indigenous Health Research and Policy, Dr. TVLI Jacob is profiled as, quote, a Choctaw researcher, filmmaker, artist, and teacher whose projects focus on amplifying Indigenous voices and promoting Native health. He is a clinical assistant professor in the Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Health in Oklahoma State University's Center for Health Science on the Cherokee Nation campus. He also serves as the Director of Implementation and Dissemination at the Center for Indigenous Health Research and Policy. End quote. And moving over to Wikipedia, as per usual, MK Perker is from Turkey and works in comics and editorial illustration. Apparently, he was nominated for an Eisner Award for Air by G. Willow Wilson and published by Vertigo. I'm not sure if I had seen the series before, but I'm definitely adding it to my Vertigo read-through. Keywords that came to mind were Indigenous, ice cream, community, nerd, DIY forensics, amusing, and funny puppers. The synopsis, according to the publisher, is, quote, this summer, Tasembo just wants to chill, but that's not an option when it's a scorching day on the reservation and the ice cream man is a no-show. In an attempt to impress his crush by solving the mystery, Tasembo joins forces with his neighbor, Nuseka, and his dog, Billy Jack, to take on their first case as the Rez Dog Detectives. With twists around every corner, this case won't crack itself. But when you combine Nuseka's brains, Billy Jack's loyalty, and Tasembo's persistence, justice will be served. Cold, that is. End quote. And I really enjoyed this book. It was fun, fast-paced, and reminded me of some really fun times when I was more in the age demographic, when my mom used to read me and my siblings the Miss Mallard mystery books, among other titles. This is not something I had thought about in a while. Fun. The characters are distinct and we get to follow along with their clues. There are a lot of amusing moments, and while I am anything but an expert on this, it felt like it integrated a lot of references to culture on reservation in the stolen lands of the so-called USA seamlessly. Some of them probably more general and some of them more specific to the Creator's Own Choctaw culture. The artwork was also really fun and well done, in my opinion. It's certainly one of those very focused books. Obviously, there's binary gender diversity, and we seem to be coming from a working class perspective, but otherwise it was a bit one note for representation, which is fairly normal. I'm going to rate this book 4 stars. If you're interested in reading more comics by Indigenous creators, once you've read Rez Detectives, check out my video playlist for even more recommendations. Bye all, keep reading, and organized end capitalist oppression. And as always, Literally Graphic is created on land that should be given back to the traditional landholders, which in this case is, to my knowledge, the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, Anishinaabe people, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Huron-Wendat Nation.